He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always a quiet intensity about him, a mix of restraint, depth, and screen magnetism that naturally drew attention. Burak Deniz didn't rush into the spotlight. He earned his place, shaping a career built on emotional realism and deliberate choices rather than instant stardom. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Burak Deniz was born on February 17, 1991, in Istanbul, Turkey. His path toward acting began far from overnight recognition. He studied art history at Çanakkale Mart University, a background that subtly influenced his understanding of character, emotion, and visual storytelling. Acting entered his life not as a shortcut to fame, but as a craft he approached with patience and seriousness. His television journey started with early roles that allowed him to build experience quietly. However, it was his breakthrough role as Murat Sarsılmaz in Aşk Laftan Anlamaz that pushed him into mainstream recognition. The series became a massive success both in Turkey and internationally, showcasing his ability to balance charm, vulnerability, and emotional nuance within a romantic narrative. Rather than staying confined to lighthearted roles, Burak deliberately expanded his range. He took on darker, more psychologically complex characters in projects like Bizim Hikaye, where he portrayed Barış Aktan, a role that demanded emotional restraint and internal conflict. His performance resonated deeply, proving his strength in grounded, socially driven storytelling. His evolution continued with Marasli, where he embodied a hardened former soldier shaped by trauma and loyalty. The role highlighted his ability to carry intensity without exaggeration. Later projects such as Yerim Kalan Askler and Samarin further demonstrated his willingness to explore unconventional narratives and layered personalities. Burak's approach to acting reflects intention. He avoids repetition, choosing roles that challenge him emotionally rather than relying on formulas that guarantee popularity. This balance between mass appeal and artistic depth has helped him remain relevant as audience expectations continue to evolve. Off-screen, his public image remains controlled and understated. He avoids excessive exposure, allowing his work to speak louder than his private life. His lifestyle reflects simplicity and discipline, with a focus on mental clarity, fitness, and personal space. Fashion-wise, Burak Deniz carries a modern, effortless style. Whether attending international events or appearing casually, he favors clean silhouettes and understated confidence, reinforcing an image that feels authentic rather than curated. While his personal relationships have occasionally attracted public attention, he consistently redirects focus toward his professional journey. Within the industry, he is known as focused, respectful, and deeply invested in understanding the psychological layers of his characters. As of 2026, his estimated net worth reflects steady success through television, streaming projects, and selective brand collaborations. More than financial growth, he has built strong credibility as a dependable lead capable of carrying emotionally demanding stories. What sets Burak Deniz apart is restraint. He doesn't chase visibility. He builds presence. His performances rely on silence, expression, and emotional control, qualities that leave a lasting impact rather than instant spectacle. From romantic leads to intense dramatic roles, Burak Deniz's journey is defined by progression, not repetition. His rise reflects discipline, thoughtful choices, and a clear commitment to longevity. As of 2026, Burak Deniz stands as one of Turkish television's most compelling actors, grounded, evolving, and built to endure. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always a powerful presence about him, a rare fusion of emotion, charisma, and artistic intensity that made audiences stop and listen. Özcan Deniz didn't just enter Turkish entertainment. He built an empire within it, transforming his early passion for music into one of the most enduring multi-dimensional careers of his generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Özcan Deniz was born on May 19, 1972, in Ankara, Turkey, and spent much of his youth in Aydın. Long before film sets and primetime television, he was drawn to music. As a teenager, he performed at local venues and steadily built his reputation as a singer with a distinctive, emotionally rich voice. His early albums gained strong popularity, establishing him as a leading name in Turkish pop and arabesque music throughout the 1990s. While music made him a household name, acting expanded his legacy. His transition to television introduced him to a new audience, but it was his role in the long-running drama Asmalı Konak that elevated him to national superstardom. The series became a cultural phenomenon, and his portrayal of Seymen Aga solidified his image as a charismatic leading man capable of balancing romance and intensity. Rather than remaining solely in front of the camera, Özcan broadened his creative control. He took on responsibilities as a director, writer, and producer, demonstrating a deeper commitment to storytelling. Projects like İstanbul Öcalan further reinforced his influence, combining strong narratives with emotionally layered performances that resonated internationally. Özcan's approach to his career reflects strategic ambition. He moves fluidly between music and acting, carefully selecting projects that align with his artistic vision. This balance between creative expression and commercial appeal has allowed him to remain relevant across decades in an industry known for rapid change. Off-screen, his public image blends star power with discipline. Known for commanding stage performances and polished appearances, he maintains a lifestyle centered around productivity and creative output. While his personal life, including high-profile relationships and marriage, has occasionally drawn public attention, he consistently redirects the focus toward his professional achievements. His influence extends far beyond Turkish borders. With international distribution of his television series and a loyal global fan base built through music tours and streaming platforms, he remains one of Turkey's most recognizable male entertainers. His estimated net worth reflects decades of earnings from album sales, concerts, television success, film projects, and brand partnerships. What truly sets him apart is longevity. From young stage performer to established actor, from singer to director and producer, Özcan Deniz continues to evolve rather than settle. He embraces reinvention, creative risk, and leadership within his projects. As of 2026, Özcan Deniz stands not only as a celebrated singer and actor, but as a symbol of artistic endurance and multidimensional success in modern Turkish entertainment. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.